Tonight, I'm scared. Those are the exact words of Stormy Daniels, revealing that threats against her have ramped up significantly since the hush money trial began. Daniels does not have security. She's worried about coming to New York to testify. That is according to the director of her documentary, who's also a friend and confidant now, exclusively telling out front. But Daniels also feels she is constantly being undermined as a witness in the case. Daniels is talking about how she is preparing for her moment in court with Trump in her documentary, Stormy.
I'm more prepared with my legal knowledge, but I'm also tired. Like, my soul is so tired.
Sarah Gibson is a close friend and confidant of Daniels, and she is sharing these new details out front. And Sarah also is the director of the documentary. You just saw that clip from Stormy. And Sarah, I know you worked with Daniels for 5 years while you worked on this documentary. So you really have seen her life, seen how this has impacted her life. And I know you've remained close and you have just been in touch with her. What else is she telling you?
Well, she's, a single working mother trying to make a living for her family, and she's had to really put her whole life on hold, all of her projects, all of her appearances, while she prepares to potentially testify. And they haven't told her when she's going to testify, but she's got to be ready to kind of drop everything and travel to New York. She's had to go several times to meet with the prosecutors, which she's willingly done, but she's had to take time out of her schedule and time out of her life. Often spending her own money. She's not a wealthy person. She doesn't have 24-hour security detail, and the threats on her Twitter have been increasing and getting scary. And I think she's just ready for all of this to be over so she can move on with her life.
I mean, there is a moment in your film where Stormy expresses remorse, and her specific remorse is for not being able to stop Trump. And she tells you that she wishes she had the opportunity in 2011 to get this story out before Trump even ran for president, before this trial was even, a possibility. And I just wanted to play part of that clip in the conversation she had with you.
To this day, I blame myself, and I have not forgiven myself because I didn't shut his down in that moment. So maybe make him pause before he tried it with someone else. The hardest part about all of this is I feel like I am partially responsible for every woman that could have come after me.
It's just a very revealing thing to say. What you talk about these threats that are ramping up against her. She has to be ready to just, put everything down, leave her child and fly to New York and be in a trial and no security. How does she even deal with that right now?
It's really stressful. She's trying not to pay attention too much to the news because I think it really makes her anxious. I think that she is a person who has shown during the trial with Michael Avenatti that she is more than able to hold her own on the stand. And she'll be a really good witness if she is called, and she'll show up for it and she'll do a great job. But I think the lead up to it is really freaking her out, honestly.
Melania Trump, we've been told, has called this trial a disgrace. And obviously in the past, she has had some pretty unpleasant things to say about Stormy Daniels. And here she is, actually a clip, audio, of her talking to her former chief of staff, Stephanie Grisham. Listen to this.
If you go Google and read it. And Annie Leibovitz shot the porn hooker, and she will be one of the issues September or October.
What do you mean she shot the porn hooker?
Stormy.
And that was Stephanie Winston Wolkoff. Stephanie Grisham, who was the chief of staff for Melania Trump, was on this show last night. She told us Melania is taking in every ounce of this trial, looking for proof, looking for, is there something in an email that was sent that is proof of this? The actual affair itself, which of course is not what this trial is about. This trial is about the cover-up, not the affair or the incident itself. So what has Daniel's reaction been to Melania and her role in all of this?
Well, we didn't really interview Stormy about Melania. We did interview Stormy about what her life was like when she met Trump, and she was a single working director in the entertainment industry and was 27 years old, and was just looking to make something of her life and her career. And Trump was 60 when she met him. He was married. He had a 4-month son at home. And she really feels like she isn't really the one that should be, apologizing here.
Yeah.
She hasn't really said anything much about Melania, except for Stormy does know, what it's like to be a new mom, having just had a baby, and how emotional that time is in your life. And we've talked a lot about how this must have been very painful for Melania, and how she deserved better and didn't deserve this.
All right. Well, as you point out, it is not Stormy's cross to bear, what happened in that situation. All right. Well, thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me back.